Hello. So today let's talk about how to become creative. This is like the most asked question. No? You can find it in videos, on YouTube, in blogs, in courses, and there are tons of people uh, that are gonna give you uh, their way on how to become creative. Most of the time it's because they are selling you something, okay? So they are selling you a method, an instrument, I don't know, something that promises you to become creative. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you what I believe is the truth, at least what I experienced that makes sense for me, and it's much, much easier. So, how do you become creative? By wanting to be creative. So, wow, huh? It's you need to want to be creative, and that is not so easy as it seems. Okay, otherwise everybody would be doing that. The thing is, in my book, I make an example that is very, yeah, it's pretty funny, but it also can let you think about it, because there is a misconception nowadays about the fact that everybody wants to be creative. Okay, that is not true. Not everybody wants to be creative. Okay, the thing is, let's imagine to be around the table, okay, where there is a brainstorming. So usually what happens is that there are two people, okay, let's call them John and Hannah, okay, John and Hannah, they are on this side and they are shouting ideas, okay, they're like a machine gun, okay, for ideas. That's very normal for creative people during brainstorming. So they're saying a lot of bullshit. Also because in brainstorming you need to say a lot of bullshit. The most you say, the merrier. No? On this other side, we have Carl, who is a project manager, and Judith. Judith is an account manager. Okay, they are just bored in this moment because they are taking some notes, but they don't really wanna be here. Okay, it's not really their job. Okay, they could give something, but they don't want to put the effort. Then we have Frank. Frank would like to say something, so we can see from his face that he's like, okay, I have an idea, but they are monopolizing the conversation. Okay, so what happens nowadays is that from companies will want a facilitator to give everybody sticky notes. Okay, so everybody can write what their ideas. They can force themselves to write their ideas, and then we can we can share the ideas. So the company will know that we are gonna maximize the effort of all the participants. Okay, so basically they wanna squeeze the lemon as much as they can. Then there is the politically correct side, okay, of this matter. Most of people, they would like John and Anna to stop talking and to give space to the other people. So it's like they're being creative right now is just monopolizing. Okay, this is a kind of a vision. Okay, and so it will be better for this kind of politically correct vision that they will stop monopolizing the conversation and they would let other people to express themselves. Okay, now no judgment okay, but let's just try to change the perspective here. Okay, Judith and Carl, okay, they don't want to be creative right now. Okay, not because they are not creative. They can be creative if they want to, but Judith, she just wants to go home. Okay, she's an account manager. She chose that job because she didn't want to express herself in her work in this way. Okay, so she's like bored. She doesn't want to put herself in the game. Okay, it's okay. Same thing, Carl. Carl is a creative person, he plays in a band, but this is his daytime job, okay? So, okay, I'm a project manager, he's good at his job, but he doesn't want to do the extra mile. And it's his right to do so, okay? And then we go to Frank. Frank would like to be creative, but he doesn't have the courage to raise his hand, okay? And also, maybe, because we are not Frank, so we just have to imagine being inside of Frank. Maybe Frank, he's like thinking, okay, my idea maybe is not so good, or he's afraid his idea is not so great. Or maybe he's also thinking something like, okay, my idea is great, I'm not gonna give it to this company. So the thing is, and just let's be in reality here, they don't want to be creative, okay? So I mean, why should they give them a hand and force them to be creative and give them space that is going to embarrass them to be creative? The thing here is, and this is super important, nobody's lend you a hand, okay? Not because they are bad people, but because it doesn't make any sense. And also because nobody cares about your creativity, okay? It doesn't make sense that somebody would care about your creativity. If you write that book or you don't write that book, nobody cares. If your agent, if he's gonna make money on you, okay? But the thing is, in general, nobody cares. If you are gonna bring your project to life or not, nobody cares. So you have to care. That is the responsibility. I mean, if I want to write my new book, I need to put some effort in that. I need to put energy. I need to want to write the book. It's so simple, but it's not so so easy somehow, because I need to be responsible for my creativity. Okay. The thing is, nobody is gonna help me. Nobody. It's impossible. It doesn't make any sense that somebody will want me to be creative. That is paternalistic or materialistic, and it's not going to help me. I need to be responsible for that. I mean, being creative is such a gift. Okay, we can take a paper and fill it with ideas, and those ideas can come into reality and they can have an impact. Okay, that's magnificent. The thing is, we need to be wanting to do that. Okay, if you want to be creative, you need to want to be creative. And now we arrive to the main question. Why would somebody not want to be creative? Because it takes courage. Okay, what's happening to John and Hannah is that they have the courage to raise their hands and to say a lot of bullshit, to put themselves out in the woods, to be judged by people, to be seen by people. Okay, that's not so easy. You need to be you need to want that. You need to have the courage to raise your hand and not to be like Frank. Okay, and I'm not judging Frank. Okay, the thing is, if you feel like Frank, stop feeling that way. Raise your hand. You will see that you need a lot of courage to do that. And that is the main key to be creative. So don't believe anybody who's gonna give you secret sauces to be creative, or is gonna tell you that you need to get so many talents to be creative. That is gonna help you to do something practical for sure. Okay, but the thing is, the key point is that you need to want to be creative. Okay, so that is the main let's say secret, and it's not also a secret. It's super easy that nobody talks about that, but also because it's a great responsibility. So you don't just need to be creative, you need to be responsible for your power to be creative. So see you on the next video. Ciao.